will make his first appearance, not start, appearance for BYU. UC Irvine starters look like this. Kiriakou gets into the starting lineup. He was tremendous off the bench. Jokanovic and Darcy Clark, and Weber will start for Micah Goss. Costi runs to 5-1 as the setter there. Shane Aitken, the libero. BYU, as mentioned, Max Philippe, the big news. He gets into the lineup. Regular starters outside of that with Tafunga Mosier, Tyler Herget, Fife, Chambers, and Oldani. That means BYU does not have a traditional middle blocker behind Philippe. They only had 3 coming in. Corbin Batista, USA opposite for his age, has been playing middle blocker the last couple weeks. Just to have somebody back there just in case. BYU does not anticipate or even perhaps want him to come in because they want to redshirt him potentially. We'll see. We are underway in Provo, picking up right where we left off with the intensity from last night as William Darcy gets that one to go. I asked David Niffen, why doesn't Darcy start more at the beginning of sets? Because he kind of came off the bench for the most part. He said, it's early, I'm playing the long game, I'm trying to figure out rotations. And he said, and that's why we were running a 6-2, because what if Costi hadn't played at all, and then he comes in cold, and now he's performing, as Darcy says, how about I go 2 for 2?
Well, I think you talk about playing the long game. The long game probably came a lot quicker than Irvine would have wanted, obviously, but so many different players getting opportunities to play leading into this match means that they're comfortable anytime they step on the floor.
Great serve, Jokanovic. And then Aitken, nice dig. Fife, right side to Tafunga, and he is blocked. 3-0 Anteaters.
What a start. I think both of these coaches really understand how important the serve pass game is on this night too, settling in, winning that service battle, and limiting a lot of the errors that they saw last night.
Jokanovic roll shot, ace! Anteaters on fire. And Trevor Herget is going to come in right now for Talon Jonathan Tafunga, a quick hook to try and find something early. Herget, BYU's super sub, freshman back from a mission to Pocatello. He immediately gets served. Passes to a brother, rises up, gets dug. Jokanovic, excuse me, it's Philippe, tumbles with Trevor Herget. Kiriakou on the kill. 5-0 UCI. They have come out and punched BYU straight in the teeth. Jokanovic in a hurry, out, and BYU gets a point on the unforced error.
Well, what a start, obviously, for Irvine. They came out swinging. That was some tough serves from Jokanovic.
Now Trevor Herget will serve first for the Cougars. BYU traditionally starts in row 1 with Tyler Herget. Great serve, and that's an ace for Trevor Herget.
Well, I think with Philippe in there in the front row, they swapped their middles so that Philippe could get a little bit of help specifically from Mosier, who is a really good help blocker. So look for Mosier to kind of be in a little bit, help out on some of those quicks.
6-2 on the error. We'll see how BYU adjusts, because the injury to Cottle is not an insignificant one. One of BYU's better players. He had been playing so good, and we walked into the gym not knowing that information. This is a development here just about an hour before the match, finding this information out as that one's put down by Connor Oldani. I talked to his dad, Tony, before the match, and we were talking about how a little bit of chatter kind of gets Connor going. He said, hey, I'm gonna tell him to try and limit it. I said, listen, if that's what he does to get going, that's what you do. And he said, well, you know, there's a line there, and we'll battle it. We'll go with that. Trevor Clark, fantastic transfer for UCI, was awesome last night.
Well, and look at BYU trying to get 3 up on Clark. You know, they really obviously played last night, looked at the stats. Clark really tough to stop.
Darcy, loader at 5. Oldani tips over the top. Aitken right there. Koski. Kiriakou. How about the flipper by Herget? Jousted at the net. Mosier puts it over. Deep ball to Darcy off of Herget. Tyler, that is, and Darcy is 3 for 3.
Well, and talking to Coach Niffen, he said, you know, I'd really like to see our team just kind of clean things up, cut down the errors, hitting and serving. So far, this team getting the message, really impressive, hitting 714, no errors as a hitting error, and there's a toughness serve, but terrific job so far for the Anteaters.
David Niffen making notes, assisted by Michael Brinkley, one of the best liberos in UCI history, by the way. Nice serve, nice pass. Ivanovic, Clark, blocked, out. So Trevor Clark is hard to stop, man. 6'10", he and Darcy combined to make an incredible 6'10" tandem. They take a look at Niff. 14th season at UCI, won the Natty in 2013 against BYU at UCLA. That was year 1 for him. Tyler Herget, high and slow for Mosier. Bumped over by Gavin Chambers on the disconnect. Jokanovic down the line. 10-4, good buddy.
This opportunity, as we look at Coach Olmstead, BYU needs to take a breath and settle in.
It's all a fluster job right now because you find out, hey, one of our best players broke his thumb. We were up 2-0. We were up 10-5, all this from the BYU perspective, and lost 10-5 in the 5th, other than 10-5 in the 1st. It's a moment where BYU is being challenged mentally as well as physically with a good UCI team. Trevor Clark! Get out the way. 11-5.
When I talked to Coach Niffen, like, wow, you know, Clark really came on in that 5th set. Did you guys try to really get him the ball more? And he's like, no, we just started passing, so we could get him the ball. So if you're BYU, you're thinking, keep Clark out of it, really serve tough and try to push that offense to back behind that 3-meter line.
Aitken up to Costi, dumps successfully. Cam Costi, the redshirt freshman from Hayward, California. His dad, John, is the head coach at Stanford and is here tonight. Stanford played last night, don't play tonight. He flew in this morning.
Had to wake up at 4 a.m.
Worth
brutal.
it. Worth it. Brett Mosier with the kill. 12-7.
And this first set, yes, these two teams played last night, but like we've said over and over, it's a different game, different lineup, and they've got to feel each other out as this goes, find their rhythm.
Into the net.
And I think for BYU, they've got to really try to be as efficient as possible in every aspect of the game. They did a great job last night getting so many different players involved, but that was only because the passing was there so that Herget could really move that ball around.
13-7, Weber. Wow, everything going. UC Irvine by a touchdown. When that kind of play goes your way, you go, yeah, okay, it's going great.
Miscommunication and still get the kill.
Jokanovic, when you have one bar in that episode of your favorite TV show come through, Max Philippe's first kill as a Cougar. That's a big moment for him. Former GCU commit. They cut the program. He comes with the other guys to BYU.
And Philippe, a great player. He really moves well laterally, is very, very quick. BYU not expecting to set him a ton, but if they can establish him in the middle with a swing like that, that will be fantastic for the rest of the team.
Immediate timeout. Irvine jumps out quick. +7 in set 1. Going for 2 in Provo. And they said, I don't even like that you asked. Why didn't you just come? He is here. And there's all these compliance issues, whatever. He said, I don't care. Like, if I get in trouble for that, whatever, I'm coming to see my son. It's a father-son story that is cool. Rules be darned. He is here, and I agree with it. He is here to see his son. Stanford's off. This is cool that he came to watch his kid because his team isn't playing tonight.
Yeah,
Why
fantastic.
not?
You've got to be able to watch your kid.
Absolutely.
Costi, as a player, came in amazing at the end of last night and came up big for this team to get the win. And why not watch that in person?
Kiriakou. How about Philippe with the dig there? And then the roof by Darcy, and down goes Mosier.
It was a really good push from Tyler Herget all the way out to Mosier. But when you get a very tall block in Darcy pressing, you watch him drop that right hand towards the back of the middle of the court. Textbook block, really nice job. Irvine has not let up.
Dub sub for UCI as we check in with Kenzie.
Yeah, Jeremy, a lot of good things in that BYU huddle. First, Coach Olmsted said, with AJ or not, we're playing scrambled right now. We need to start calming down. So obviously this loss of AJ is affecting the group right now. And he also capitalized that if UCI gives them a roll shot on the serve, they have to take care of it. Mistakes are okay, but not in that moment. So wants to see his team play a lot cleaner.
Thank you, Kenzie. Shane Aitken getting his above his right elbow taped up, the libero for UCI. Here is Aiden Schulten. Just out. 16-10.
Yeah, and interesting here, you know, you wonder if you're going to do the challenge. Niffen decides to, but with such a momentum swing right now from UC Irvine, I'm wondering if they want to break that up and stop it.
Is this in or not? Does it graze the white line there?
And I think regardless, if you're BYU, you're taking a breath, you're resetting. This will be a good angle for us to look at. That's, woo, that looks in. And in this first set, BYU obviously being down 6.
Tough.
BYU's got to, you know, figure out a way to chip their way back into this. You know, impressive the Anteaters aren't opening the door much. They're really getting the surface pressure, keeping that in, haven't been making a ton of hitting errors and allowing BYU to work their way into it. But it's going to be a long match, and the Cougars need to find a way to get in a rhythm themselves.
I'm not sure if that's in or out, man. By the way, tonight's officials, Lena Gustafson, the R1. I see David Niffen coming over, and he's got a moment to just go. He went like 4 rows deep into the stands to say what's up. He's like, we got challenges. I got
working the crowd.
All good, dude. Point BYU. So unsuccessful challenge from David Niffen. Yeah, did he challenge just so he could run up in the stands?
Maybe.
Question mark. The R2, Mike Farish, Marcus Moore, Jeff Merrill, the line judges, and Anella Blowers, the scores. 16-10 on Will Daney. Ace. Second of the night. Ace man. Laying down number 2.
There you go, Danny going right into the seam there. Terrific location, and just what the Cougars need to slowly kind of build some confidence.
Into the net. Away with 4 errors. UCI with 5 from the service line. How about Andon Kiriakou, the junior from Toronto, last night coming in, having a real important impact. 2 massive kills late in the match. This big infusion of energy for UCI. The smaller guys on the court, but he can make a lot of plays. Deep ball to Old Daney, Schulten, over and out.
Well, and also you look for Irvine Brink coming in and playing on the right side tonight. The Anteaters have so many players who are just overall great volleyball players, can step in and play anywhere on the floor, wherever they're needed.
Pass over Clark, soft block. Good, he's got the cover with Mosier. Back set, sidewinder. Old Daney going for high hands, didn't get it.
A terrific touch from Chambers there to slow down Clark, turn that ball into something that the Cougars could transition. Like that swing from Old Daney, everything about it just missed fingers.
Mosier, Kiriakou, Jokanovic. Brink over the top, set her out. Trevor Herget going for hands, did not get it this time. The fingers or the injured fingers, the story for BYU. 19-12. court. Muldaney down the line and out.
I think BYU with 3 hitting errors compounded at this point in that first set, just feeling that pressure a little bit to maybe play a little too precise to try to work their way back in.
BYU hitting 0-5-3, make it triple zeros now. UCI 625. This match features 2 of the top blockers in the country. Unfortunately, A.J. Cottle broke his thumb, so he is out tonight and for a while. Trevor Clark, 13th in the country, and he had a massive impact, a solo block to end the match last night. 15-13 as UCI reverse swept BYU. So Cottle out. Cottle was out there warming up a bit, but yeah, he's going to be out for a minute.
Well, I think
broken thumb.
Right, it just shows how those middle blockers really are kind of the foundation of the defensive system for a team.
That one outside the antenna, Andreas Brink.
It's the first hitting error from Irvine. They've had 6 different players get kills in this first set.
You always had 2.
Right, exactly, very, very different.
2013, also the year UCI beat BYU in the national title. That one nearly into the UC Irvine bench. I figure if you go out, might as well go way out.
Well, and at this point, I think right here, if you're BYU, you've got to stop thinking about set 1. You got to look ahead to set 2 and try to figure out how you can find ways to be successful, get some confidence, hopefully roll some momentum, and try to take that second set. Volleyball is a wonderful game in that it starts over after each set, 0-0, right where you are, and you have another opportunity.
D-ball, O'Daney. Nice set by Tyler Herget in the flow of the offense there. Trevor Herget, by the way, brought in as a sub for Taylor Jonathan Tufunga, who got hooked early. Trevor 0 for 4 with an error. He's got an ace in the dig, but trying to get something out of that position.
Well, especially that outside hitter for BYU has yet on that left side to have a kill in this first set.
It's true. Either outside. And there's the first one from Trevor Herget. Nice roll shot over the top for the 6'3" freshman from Connecticut. His family actually moved here to Utah. Dad Todd still works and commutes from back there, but got a brother playing football, a little bit of volleyball at Lone Peak. 21-15. Aitken, perfect pass to Costi. Darcy back in, thunders this one off of the block in a dominating set 1, 22-15.
Well, and Costi making great choices on the serve from the setting position, getting one-on-one opportunities for his hitters.
Jurkanovic had a nice run from the line that got this lead. And goes out. Involved in a car accident in the fall. Luckily, he's all right. That's why he's wearing the mask, mainly to protect the nose. Got full vision through. The technology way better than it used to be with Rip Hamilton and Bill Laimbeer in the NBA.
Yeah, saying that it's surprisingly comfortable. I don't know that it's so comfortable that you wear it after you need it.
Because that's what Rip Hamilton did.
Oh, really?
He didn't need it. Great Pistons guard. He kept wearing it after because he got super comfortable with it on.
Well,
very odd.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you imagine someone like, I sprained my ankle, now I'm good, but I still wear the boot?
I like crutches.
Why?
Crutches are my thing.
Yeah, no thanks. On your face, though. Stuffed by Clark. 24-16.
Oh, that block for Irvine just dialing in. Very well formed, up and over. Not much for Mosier to do, but you know, that's an angle that just isn't available.
Well, and that's the biggest block literally in the country. Both guys are 6'10". No one has a bigger block than that. If they do, at me on Twitter. One-on-one. Mosier gets soft blocked by Darcy, who calls for it. It's behind his head. Touched by Philippe. Mosier off of Darcy. And that is Mosier's first of the night. He was 0 for 6 with 2 errors prior to that.
But that is a terrific adjustment, a great swing. He's got a triple block. He goes high hands right to the outside of the block using those.
Ian Little will come in for Max Philippe, who's 2 for 2. I don't think you could ask much more from him in set number 1 offensively. Costi, Clark, and that's the set. 25-17, pretty smooth for UCI in set 1. BYU out of sorts with the new lineup, trying to figure some things out. The Cougars sit 0-8-0, UCI 5-24. Can BYU put up a fight here after getting reverse swept?
The best part of being home is everywhere I turn, people I've known for 10, 15, 20 years. And then obviously to come back into this environment to get a coach at a program as successful as BYU, and then all the amazing things that are happening in the athletic department is phenomenal.
We'll hang here with Rob for a few minutes as Conrad Daney gets set 2 started with the kill. When there was an opening in BYU, there was an opportunity there. What was that like for you emotionally to have the opportunity to potentially come back? Because like I said, you were doing great things at Utah State, and I know you enjoyed that experience there.
Yeah, I've had some opportunities to go to some really cool spots over the last 3 years and ended up staying in Logan, and you start thinking, okay, if I'm not going to leave for some of those places, where would I leave for? And I think BYU's always been #1 on that list, and you know, obviously they've had a ton of success. You think maybe that job's never going to come open, and all of a sudden it did. So all the surprise that comes with it, but the honor to be entrusted to lead. What a great program.
2-0 BYU in this set, 2-1 after the Okanovich kill. It's a privilege for me to sit here between formerly the seminary teaching power duo of what ward? What state?
Laguna Niguel.
Laguna Niguel.
Very nice. I'm sure it was amazing. I wish I could have taken that remotely.
It's life-changing.
For a lot of reasons.
Brett Mosier, this one goes sky high and out and down. So Rob Nielsen comes over and BYU gets a little bit of juice. I don't think this is a coincidence.
Yeah, let's go. You got to fire these guys up a little bit. It is so hard. Usually second night teams play better, right? It's a little bit of a surprise, a little bit of coming into the fieldhouse trying to figure out how to battle against the energy. So road teams usually play better the second night, and then BYU, after losing a disappointing match, had some opportunities to come away with it yesterday. How did they rebound emotionally? Didn't quite get what they wanted in set 1, but I'm excited to see them respond.
And you know, Rob, talking about your team, you guys are already in the gym. What is the focus for you? And how do you like your team?
This is just a phenomenal group. They're ready to work hard. They're talented. We're deep. And so, you know, getting healthy and let's compete at a high level and see where it takes us.
Weber on the serve. Trevor Herget rises up and gets the touch. This guy comes off a mission and can just jump out of the gym. Is that what it was like for you?
The pride of Darien, Connecticut. I don't know how many players we've had from Darien, Connecticut. I grew up in New Canaan, so not too far from these guys. A stone's throw from the Herget brothers. But I love watching him just absolutely sky.
Last night was really fun when we had the serve, the dig, and the kill on the assist from his brother. As that one too hot to handle from Darcy. What a cool opportunity for 2 brothers to play together, too, for you.
It's so amazing. And I go back to 2 brothers that I would say were the most beautiful athletes hitting the bic that I'd ever seen, right? Taylor and Brendan Sander.
Amen.
And now you have the Herget brothers connecting on that route, and it is phenomenal to watch.
Reached over. Did Trevor Herget touch it? He did not.
Well, it's interesting you talk about the bit, because when we talked to Coach Olmstead, they felt like this year specifically, they wanted to run a lot more out of the middle of the court and to really utilize that back row attack as much as possible. You know, you've coached both men and women. How important is that BIC to kind of the importance of the offense?
Yeah, we did a study on the national teams about 2016, who were the most successful national teams, and it was Brazil, Russia, USA, and they owned the middle of the court. And right, to be able to play speed with pin, you're trying to create space, and you need to hold and own the middle of the court. So if you can't do it with the quicks all the time, can you run it out of the back row with some speed?
Free ball for BYU, 5. Gonna go high for Herget. Roll shot. Dug up by Kiriakou. Darcy got it. 6-4. BYU down 0-1 in the match. 6-4 lead here in set 2.
Mr. Darcy playing with a ton of confidence, and my wife would be angry if I didn't chime in and say the BBC is the only true
Pride and
Prejudice.
That's
Come
what we
on.
were talking about last week.
Come on now. You need a lot of time to tell that story. It's one of the great ones.
Will Stanley weighing in. My wife was impressed with the Pride and Prejudice reference. You got it, Will. We aim to please.
Well, I think what's so sad is we keep bringing it up. He has no relation, not named after it, but, you know, we'll just keep...
Trent Moser tried to kick that one off the ground. We had a good kick save, what was it, 2 weeks ago? None better than Ryan Millar, 99 national championship game. That's the greatest kick in BYU history? Or
I got to say, I still got a YouTube video up of Carlos Moreno with a bicycle kick from the fans against Long Beach State in the fieldhouse. I'll send you the link. It's, for me, the greatest kick save.
Did he get
bicycle kick over?
Oh, my gosh.
Third touch.
It over.
Third touch, bicycle stick kick.
Oh my God.
Almost kicked some fans in the face.
A critical moment?
I don't remember. It was a big. It was a big moment.
It was game point.
Lucas Lave, who was on the sidelines, I think came and ran a loop in the middle of the court before the refs chased him off again.
You can still see his path. They've actually circled it.
Burned into the court.
Well, I think you can tell already BYU coming out in the second set, the energy, very, very different. Playing with more confidence. They're a little quicker.
Trevor Clark to serve. Do you have a good UCI memory, story of battles over the years?
Yeah, there's just so many great battles. I remember the year I got to serve as the interim head coach, watching UCI play on video. We were playing them here in the fieldhouse and thinking, man, how are we going to beat these teams? They're so well coached. They're so good. They're so disciplined. And then the boys came out and played 2 great matches and went 2-0 that weekend.
Mosier down the line. Look at Darcy. Oh, Darcy, they're blowing the whistle because he went down hard. He's holding his left ankle, and that is not good.
Oh,
Check that. It's Costi, excuse me. They've already had an injured setter. Oh, my goodness. Aiden Rigg went down with a midfoot injury. Luckily, he's up trying to walk it off right here, but we'll see. They do have some depth at that position, but you don't like to see it, especially because his dad, John Costi's in the crowd. Stanford has an off night. John flew up here to watch him.
I got to go find John. He's one of the all-time greats. Love John Costi. And I thought his setting, finally finding some rhythm, setting the middle last night was the difference going away in that match, especially in the 5th set. Right, the connection he had with Trevor Clark late was ridiculous, and you saw it a little bit here early in the 1st set. BYU's done a good enough job serving them off the net. So we haven't been able to connect here in the 2nd. So got to keep watching that connection, see if the Cougars can slow it down a little bit, and glad to see him up.
Luckily, he's good to go. He's staying in there, which is great. So they did the right thing. The refs stopped the play. They will replay it. 8-6 BYU here in the 2nd set. We're talking with Rob Nielsen, former BYU setter, men's assistant coach, now BYU women's volleyball head coach. And Costi right away, it's like, I'll just dump. Like, oh man, let's go. As a former setter, your thoughts?
Look, I've always wondered about the gamesmanship of going down with a sprained ankle when you get a free ball, right? Maybe you go down, and certainly that's not what he did there. But we see him right away jump and get it up at 10 feet and jam it straight down. It's pretty phenomenal.
Trevor Herget to his brother Tyler. Muldaney off of Jokanovic into the candy cane.
Love seeing Muldaney work that line. He's so phenomenal with that swing on the D.
And he's been moved to opposite like 4 weeks ago. Unbelievable.
Really,
like a natural.
really impressive. And you see a lot of men's teams now shying away from the D, really helping in the middle of the court.
Kiriakou up to Costi. Jokanovic. Comes back over to Aitken. Costi back to Jokanovic on the right side. One-on-one, hit out by Weber. And BYU up 10-7.
Looked like there may have been a touch. No, they're not going to challenge it.
I'm going to look here to see if there's a touch, but really impressive watching Max Philippe in the front row. First time, you know, first match in NCAA D1, and especially as a middle, that speed is just so hard to work your way into, but he's been excellent trying to get out there and close. He reads well, he gets up, and he's putting some pressure on this Irvine squad, forcing them to hit out.
And he's been asked to do so because A.J. Cotto broke his thumb. That's a big deal for this BYU team to have to deal with that. They're super thin at that position, right?
Big loss to lose the Slim Reaper. Hopefully we can get him back soon. He introduced himself with about 4 nicknames, and I absolutely love that kid already.
Yeah, he's fun to watch. Rob, we appreciate the time, man. Thanks for hanging out with us.
So fun.
This was awesome. We'll check out Rob this fall with the BYU women's team. Timeout on the court. BYU up 11-7 in set 2.
It's been really fun. They really went all out.
Peaches.
You know, I actually had a bit of angst coming into Mario Night because years ago when we played, I was thinking already, I am not going to even get involved if we pull out.
Just wait until set 2. No, I'm just kidding. You're referencing a couple of years ago where they said, hey, do you guys want to play Mario Kart?
No, they said, Jerem, do you want to play Mario Kart?
I thought it was both of us.
No.
Okay, so we actually raced on the video board, on the broadcast, and in front of everyone in the it was a fun time.
And Amy was so bad.
It's okay.
So bad.
I play video games with my 7-year-old Tate now, and he crushes me, like emotionally and physically in the game. Trent Mosier. Oh! Chicken winged by Weber back over. Give me some of them nuggies. Oldaney. It's an Andy Reid reference from the commercial.
Oh, no, yes. Very familiar. And wow, what a turnaround. You look at BYU, look at the bench, look at the energy. Great job after that first set, coming into set 2 with so much power.
Out from Mosier on the attack. Great fun chatting with Rob Nielsen right there. How was your Sunday classes? Were they unruly? Did they listen?
There were 35 freshmen.
35?
So I will leave it at that. But they are all lovely humans who have gone on to live very wonderful lives and do great things.
That's great. And I'm sure it started with wonderful parents,
me.
and then you guys were there as well. Into the net. 14-9. So different BYU. Hitting 556, UCI 214. What's changed for the Cougars in set 2? Because it's totally different energy and execution.
Yeah, I think exactly the energy and the effort and the confidence. And when you can go
the kick save! Darcy almost had it. I mean, we were talking about great kicks. We almost had one there. Oh, my.
Well, and Irvine, a team that just has so many great beach players. They're going to be able to whip that out. That is very, very fun. And it's not just for show. It's the best choice when you're running that way, because obviously leaning over with your arm is just not a good chance. You don't have a lot of space.
Herget. Over to Oldaney. Goes out. 15-10. Not the score BYU wants to see again. After leading in the 5th last night. There was real disappointment there, because BYU was up 2-0 and 10-5 in the 5th. And to lose that in this gym is super disappointing. And then to find out that A.J. Cotto breaks his thumb. I mean, these guys are battling a lot emotionally.
Right.
Against a very good UCI team. Who also had its own issues with Aiden Ray going out.
I mean, and these are just 2 top teams. And like you said, BYU, they get aced a lot of opportunities last night. I think that was the biggest problem for the coaching staff and the team, is they had it, right? And it was just a couple plays here and there that just were a little out of sorts that gives away the match.
Aiden Schulten on the ace, his 6th of the year. Fife. Trevor Herget winds up and gets stuffed. 4th block for the Anteaters. Timeout, Cougars.
And the triple block out there. Clark up and over. He has been so fantastic, taking away so much space.
First error of the set for BYU. Timeout Cougars. BYU playing UC Irvine tonight for the 78th time. That ties the most games against any opponent in BYU history with UCLA. UCLA will then pass UC Irvine later this season. But how about that, Amy? You look at the history with these teams. BYU playing UC Santa Barbara twice next week, so they'll approximate Pepperdine. Pepperdine will add 2. So it'll be 79 for Pepperdine, 80 for UCLA by the end of the season. But these 4 teams play each other a ton, and this is non-conference, but they still want to play, which is awesome.
Yeah,
We're in the
exactly.
same league forever. It was a massive MPSL. Then the Big West added teams, and then they broke up. And it was a bitter breakup from my standpoint because I enjoyed the 24-game MPSF schedule, where it was 12 home games, 6 series, and every other year you were getting Irvine, Long Beach, Hawaii, Pepperdine, USC, UCLA. I mean,
amazing.
come on. It was great. It still is really good, but it was something special. Goulton, Brink, great beach player. Muldaney hits it off to Danny Kane. Those are getting stale after December, just saying. 16-13, let's check in with Kens.
Yeah, Jaron, BYU still having a bit of a comfortable lead, but Coach Olmstead wanted to call that timeout to continue to build their confidence offensively. Obviously, we've seen a few unforced errors, hitting errors by a few of the pins for BYU, so he's told his pins, we're going to keep setting you guys, we're going to keep setting everybody, so trying to build that confidence that they are still in there.
Muldaney off the block with Clark. He always had 3 hitting errors recently.
Well, and look at Muldaney. Clearly, he is the go-to player right now for BYU. That right side of the court, he has 10 kills already in this match. The closest person to him has 2. So just that target right now.
10 of the 16, really carrying BYU. Tipped over, that's outside the antenna, and that was a big miss. 18-13 now.
Another quick challenge.
So this will be interesting
From
because they'll
Nixon.
replay it if it was inside. This is going to be tough to verify, though.
Yeah, it is. You're right. The angles.
It's not, you know, for NIF to challenge this, there's going to have to be a clear angle. The clearest angles in these United States replays come in this gym, we believe, because our production crew is the best. So if they don't have one, nobody's going to have one.
Oh, wow. That looks
Like from
kinda
here, that looks in.
Yeah.
We should mention they do have other angles that are not our TV angles that are inherent, you know, cameras that are always here that they can access. So we'll see what they come up with.
Well, and you look at what a critical point this is in this second set. With BYU in control, but Irvine's starting to get going. Irvine's been struggling a little bit with their offense as we get a good look at this.
Here's the angle. I mean, that looks in. That looks in from there.
You
And
look
then
at
here, it's I can't tell from
right.
this angle.
Is it enough to overrule it?
But I do like Trent Mosier just hanging in there.
Well, you look at Irvine right now, stats-wise. For the match, still hitting 342, but in this particular set, BYU's pressure is really ramped up, and they're barely hitting over 100 with 5 errors. And so this point, just critical for them as they try to work their way back in and tighten this up as we get close to that 20-point mark.
Here it comes. By the way, Connor O'Daney, 6 kills in this set. UCI, 7 kills as a team. He's been fantastic. He was, what, 7-0-14 last night through 2. Point BYU. So UCI is down to 1 challenge right now. You get 3 incorrect ones.
And right now, BYU with that 5-point lead, getting towards the end of this set. They can maintain this momentum. They could tie up this match.
Okay, Rob Nielsen has sent me the video.
Already?
Reno's kick. Oh, yeah.
He just has it on his phone?
He has the YouTube link. So we'll check that out. Herget into the net.
That was a little low. You could tell Tyler Herget recognized that right when it came out. Trevor Herget had to speed up a little bit, but not enough time to get that one over.
Mosier out, back-to-back errors.
Well, and look for BYU right here, back-to-back errors. I guess it's O'Daney again. Back to O'Daney, who's carrying this team.
Second and final timeout from BYU. Both timeouts taken with the lead, just to try and prevent UCI from making a comeback here.
Yeah, momentum, right? It's just such a elusive thing, and how do you control it? How do you generate it and keep it?
Uncle Mo, man, he'll get you. And BYU much better in this second set, but they have tallied 5 errors recently that have made this a much closer set. BYU had a swing to make it 19-13, and now it's 18-15. Connor O'Daney, 10 kills, 18 attacks, and then Trevor Herget, Trent Mosier, 2 for 10 with 3 errors, both of them hitting in the negative. Max Philippe, 2 for 2. UCI took the 5-set match last night. They are undefeated. They are predicted to finish 3rd. So if you think UCI's good, they are really good. Long Beach State and Hawaii predicted to finish higher. CSUN, UC San Diego, UC Santa Barbara, all good teams. BYU playing at Santa Barbara twice next week. Sean Olmstead from Carpinteria. That's a homecoming game for him.
Definitely. But you look at that top 3. I mean, the Big West, very, very good.
Oh, yeah.
But just really excited about the 12 teams in the tournament coming in, because I think last year was heartbreaking, specifically for Irvine, and should have been in that tournament if there were more space. They really could have gone far. They were making a run at the end. But now this year, an opportunity for a lot of these teams to get into the NCAAs.
Mosier is blocked after all that at the net. 18-16. Yeah, how many touches do you get? Is it just 3 stuff? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, blocked. Weber right there. It is a 2-point set.
And what happened to BYU's energy? They were up, they were feeling good, and then all of a sudden, 3 errors in a row.
Nielsen left. That's what happened. Nobody up. And UCI's cut this to 1. Brink there. 2 Cougars dived. It went over, and nobody up on the block. And here comes Trevor Herget out. Taylor and Jonathan Tufuga in. Trevor Herget 2 for 10. 3 errors, negative 100. So trying to look for a spark with Tufuga, who last night had a career high 18. He was awesome. Going into the net, 19-17. Because of the A.J. Cottle injury and the energy and whatnot, I don't feel like if BYU goes down 0-2, they have much of a chance to win this match.
I agree.
Just they have to win this set to have a chance.
Well, and you could feel when BYU playing well, utilizing the crowd. But right now, with BYU down, the crowd is kind of taking a cue from them, and they're down as well.
Vukanovich, oh yeah, he's in the match. Still alive in the great hustle, but down. 1-point set. Great crowd, considering BYU men's basketball just beat Utah by 13. By the way, A.J. Dibanta, 43 points, a BYU freshman record. Also ties Jimmer Fredette for most points in the Marriott Center by a BYU player. Monday is the 15-year anniversary of that performance against San Diego State. And BYU plays number 1, 20-0 Arizona Monday night. As we speak, women's basketball in the Marriott Center playing ranked West Virginia. So it is a busy Saturday. And there's great crowds at all these games. Cougar fans love their sports here in Provo. 20-18. Luckily, Costy's okay after appearing to perhaps turn his ankle in set 1. Rotation 1 for BYU. Tyler Herget. I did not know that Rob Nielsen grew up in Connecticut, by the way, until you said that. That was news to me. I'm learning lots about Red every day. Jokanovic, what a cut. There's some filet mignon from him. Mosier off the triple. Costi backs at Jokanovic through the seam. And a good touch by Sean Olmstead, but unfortunately he's out of eligibility unless he sues the NCAA. Perhaps he'll get another one.
And that quick set again. Jokanovic taking advantage of the huge hole in the block, is able to get that and keep this within one.
Tufunga. Aitken with the dig. Darcy down the line off of 5. Still in from Muldaney. Free ball from Mosier. Muldaney dug up. Darcy pushes it off. Hittable by Mosier. Still alive. Darcy free ball.
Longest rally of the match.
Yep. Tight. Smacked by Muldaney. UCI with a chance to tie this at 20. Darcy, yes! Now UCI went with a quick serve there. BYU was not quite set for serve receive. And Tyler Herget had to sprint kind of on his back foot to catch up to that entire thing.
And you love those long rallies because everything builds, and whoever's going to win is going to get all of that momentum and that power, and Irvine has it going into these last 5 points.
2020, here we go, Barbara Walters. Stuffed! Andin Kiriakou gives UCI the lead. BYU has seemingly led this set, and now UCI threatening to go up 2-0.
And BYU's pin hitters, besides Muldaney, all hitting negative.
Big storyline there. Tufunga set her out. Costi, Aitken high for the Darcy swinging the triple. Max Philippe helped get a touch. We're tied at 21. That was the first lead change of the set. And now we're tied for the second time. This is massive for BYU from an energy and execution standpoint. Gotta have this set. Nice serve, better pass. Darcy.
You like Cameron Costi going right back to Darcy. He had just got blocked, give him the ball back, show that confidence. See if he can push 3 more points.
BYU led by as many as 5, 18-13. Darcy with 10, equaling Muldaney's 10. Is Weber, first legacy player in UCI history. Muldaney over the top, 11 kills for Connor Muldaney, the GCU transfer.
Well, and I think at this point, at this point in the second set, you just keep giving it to Muldaney. Just, he's the only one getting it done. He's 11 kills, hitting .333. Just go with it until it stops working.
Ed Tony's, his high school coach, former Cougar Andrew Lincoln, played there as well. Oh, a little too far for Ian Little, that high school being Brophy in Phoenix, Arizona. Actually, they can come back in and then go back out because Jackson 5 is playing libero. Here's Darcy. UCI 2 points away.
Irvine.
Mosier out of the back row, crushed into the BYU bench and out of bounds.
And a great choice there. You saw Irvine doing a little bit of switches on their blocking to line up and take out Muldaney. BYU able to take advantage of that.
23s. BYU's most consistent pressure server, Connor Muldaney from the line. Takes some off it and then serves out. Set point UCI to go up 2-0. Andin Kiriakou. Mosier. High for Muldaney. Feed the beast. 12 for Connor Muldaney, who's been on fire tonight.
Now, was there any doubt who that set was going to go to? Muldaney out of the back row. And against a very tall block. Not really well formed, but that's a tough thing to get through.
Extras in set 2. BYU 1 and 3 in deuce sets this year. Trevor Clark soft blocked and too far for Fife to get to. Set point number 2 for UCI.
And Clark very much a wrist away hitter. BYU trying to line up on him. And although they were able to slow it down a bit, he just hit so high, he's able to still get the kill.
Quick for Mosier, and he's stuffed, and that's the set. Massive, massive moment for Costi and Weber to get that block, just like they finished last night. Mosier with some tempo, was a little low, 26-24, BYU now 1-4 in due sets and down 0-2, a massive hill to climb. Can they do what UCI did to them last night and go for the reverse sweep? Connor O'Daney with 12 kills, but not much else from BYU. Darcy with 10, Jokanovic and Clark with 5. Coming up with doppelgangers. I mean, he would have gone Ron Weasley so quick. So quick. I did the Corbin Blue on Micah Goss there. I'll try and carry some of that spirit, right? I'm not going to be Steve. You're not going to be Steve. We'll be us. But Steve's legacy will live on here for a long, long time, and we will never forget him. We're thinking about Jan and the 6 kids all the time. And he loved when BYU played these big matches. Like when it was UC Irvine, there was an energy there. When it was UC Santa Barbara, we talked about how he grew up in Santa Barbara. And obviously playing UCLA and Pepperdine. Many of you don't know, Steve did not play volleyball for BYU. He was a UBSC guy. But he became a huge part of BYU volleyball. Really special relationship there. And we are going to see Kyle Zedeker set for BYU. So that's a change. Tyler Herget is out. Kyle Zedeker, one of the GCU transfers, is in. And he saw a little bit of action last week in the set, or 2 weeks ago, excuse me, against St. Francis. 6 assists, 2 digs. He's a sophomore from Naperville, Illinois. So right now you have the GCU Cougars out there. 3 in the lineup. With Trent Mosier, Connor O'Daney, Max Philippe make it 4, and Kyle Zedeker. So all 4 are in there. In practice sometimes, they will throw the 4 out there together and they'll say, oh, it's GCU versus BYU, just kidding. And you wore purple in honor of GCU, the Lopes. There you go, I see what you did there. So the GCU Cougs, as Connor O'Daney's like, can I serve, or like, what's going on here? He looks perturbed.
I think the start, very, very important for the Cougars.
Just to lean into that one, goes into there. 11 errors for both teams from the service line. I think O'Daney was anxious to start the set because he's like, have you seen how I played in the first 2 sets? I would like to continue that. Let's go. No shot on the serve. 1 up for O'Daney. Darcy. Kiriakou, oh, that one's out. Darcy held his ground, didn't get out of the way, but wasn't in the way.
Take the charge.
Of Mosier, yeah. 2-0 UCI. Remember, UCI did not lead until way late at 21-20.
Well, I think this is really critical in this set 3. Does BYU have what it takes to fight? And there you go from Tafunga.
That'll do. The junior from Long Beach, who somehow was on the 2020 roster for BYU and is now on the 2026 roster. Served a mission, missed 3 seasons for that because he left in March. And had a redshirt year and had a COVID year. So he's a junior. He'll be on the 27th roster, which is pretty awesome. Jokanovic frustrated by that one. He is super fun to watch, by the way. That's one of my top takeaways from this weekend is the U19 World Championship MVP from France is a future and current superstar out of UCI. And another, as that one's rolled into the net, and BYU just missing some bunnies there from the service line. Mosier struggled from the service line last night. If you're not going to throw your fastball, you at least have to get it in the strike zone if you want.
Yeah, I think both these teams, though, really messing with the depth of the serve, right? Pull the string a bit, move it short, play with it deep. But like you said, if you can't trickle it off the tape and get an ace, then you got to keep it in regardless.
Just like he practiced for Beck Weber. That is his first ace of the year. The redshirt junior, also from Long Beach, California. Although he and Tafunga are probably 3 years difference because of the mission. Maybe they played against each other in high school. Oh, Zedeker wins the joust. Oh, and he yells at the bench. No, don't do that.
GCU.
It's hard to get the GCU out of some guys like we talked about. He gets the kid. Kyle Zedeker comes in. This is like he start. It's like his second set. He's like, it's the pit bull. I'm from Chicago.
Well,
Let's
I was going
go.
to say, and Chicago in general, you know, even on the club level, just have a little more. Well, and that's what you want. Wake up, Clark. That's what you want to do.
Oh my gosh. Clark's like, what now? Talk that talk.
Well, and the energy, right? The crowd kind of quiet. So I think for both teams, and Zediker laughing.
He's smiling, chatting with those guys at the line. It is funny because they don't actually ever like touch each other like in football. You can hit the guy, basketball, you can foul him at the rim or whatever. Volleyball, it's like, if you touch me, it's a violation. It's kind of a weird deal there.
Weird?
You stay on that side of the net.
Good thing. Otherwise, there could be huge problems.
I want defense in golf. As Zediker goes low into the net. BYU right now, not good from the service line.
But hitting 3 for 4, 750 with the kills that they do have. So offensively, pretty impressive, but not winning that service heat battle.
Yeah, 3 errors already. In the second period. Zediker a little low to Philippe. Gonna get that connection going. Ivanovic.
A terrific angle.
Let's see what BYU's got in this. This is a gut check because, again, no AJ Cottle. Broke his thumb last night. Got reverse swept. We're up 10-5 in the fifth. Emotionally, what is BYU? They had that second set. They were up 18-13. They lost the second set. What is BYU going to do here against a very good UCI team at home? Down 0-2, down Cottle. They're mixing up the lineup. We got Zediker in there. Sean Olmstead trying to find some answers to some questions here in week 3 of the season. That was down. BYU better challenge this. They don't get it. Oh, and they're going to say it was down. They blew the whistle a little late there.
When you talk about the lineups for both of these teams, Irvine coming into this particular match had played with a different lineup on the floor in every single match they played, which was really unorthodox but also impressive. And so they had a team that from top to bottom very comfortable playing, and Coach Niffen saying he's playing the long game, but then having to use these subs coming in big moments, and they've stepped up. And so I think for BYU, they're in the same situation. Obviously, Cottle going out is not what they wanted or anticipated, but getting these different guys a lot of quality time early in the season just helps down the road.
Okay, initially it was a touch on the block, and then it was a net violation after. No, although Niffen trying to get some clarification here from Mike Barrett. He might be asking, which is it? Because you guys said it was a touch. And then, and Weber, I think in frustration, grabbed the net after. And so, if there was no touch, you could have challenged until you touched the net. 8-7 Anteaters. One of the more unique mascots in all of sports. Darcy rises up. The elite teams that win national championships and world championships and Olympic gold medals, they have a dominant offense. UCI has that. You're replacing Hilaire Henry. You're replacing Nolan Flexen at outside hitter. With Darcy and Jokanovic and these guys, Trevor Clark, just off the whiskers. You have a chance to be an elite team, and UCI has confirmed with what they've done last night, what they're doing tonight. Top 5 team, national championship contender.
Yeah, I think so, and Darcy has that ability, as the size and the physicality, as he continues to just get smarter and more consistent. He can continue to take matches, put his team on his shoulders, and go. This Irvine squad is going to be really formidable.
Costi frustrated after that one. Kind of hit it into the seats where there were no fans. Luckily, no one got hit in that. 9-9. Tempo to Darcy. Gets through the block. And Darcy with 12 kills to match Connor Oldaney. Oldaney no kills in the set.
Right. And Darcy scoring on both sides, both pins, that target and turning to his team. And you look at Cameron Costi setting this 5-1 offense, a big load. You know, being a 6-2 setter is great and so fun for Costi to hit and set, but there is something about being a 5-1 setter. You never get to relax. It's all on you. You're constantly thinking about how to craft this offense, and it's a huge load, and he's done a fantastic job.
Darcy blocked by Chambers, but on BYU's side, and it falls down. 11-10, Darcy with another one. He's got 13 now. He was unbelievable last night in set 3. He had 9 kills.
Right, just when he gets hot, he definitely is impressive. BYU still hanging in this third set. Offensively, no errors, hitting errors, that is. Hitting 7-14. Can they continue to get that pass up there?
There's a kill from Muldaney, 13th. Ty Darcy for a match high, and his first of the set as he chats with Zediker. Those two have a connection coming from GCU, playing together at 2 different schools. In fact, Hunter Muldaney's dad, Tony, told me that they kept some of Kyle Zediker's belongings that he didn't bring up to Provo, but he brought them this weekend and said, hey, I'm tired of your microwave in my garage. Can you take this? And Kyle's like, thanks, because I wasn't going back to Phoenix. He's from Chicago. Like, why would he want to go back? So they drove up, brought us stuff. Another one for Muldaney. Good team. Muldaney's been really good in 3 of the last 4. Niffin grabbing the challenge card, and he will flash it. Oh, never mind. He says no thanks. Koski high and tight for Darcy, smacks it off the triple. Zediker. To Funa! Off of Aiken. Good hustle by Kiriakou, too far for him.
And that all started with the fantastic block. Slowing that ball down from Darcy, turning it into a free ball. BYU transitions and extends their lead to 2.
All right, BYU bringing the juice, showing some fight. 13-11 in set 3. Nikki Sandlin getting it done against Penn State in 4. And then Pepperdine taking down Lewis 15-11 in the 5th. So Pepperdine gets 2 good wins over Loyola and Lewis.
On the road, it's impressive.
Oh! Trevor Clark.
I think on Clark, you just, let's see. And I think he can, but hit cross court, because that wrist away shot, yikes. It's really tough to stop.
Well, what's that like being a 6'10" pin and then you move to the middle and the versatility that you bring to that position?
Yeah, really impressive. I think, you know, you have to change your timing on your approach. You have to really work on that quick attack, but he's made that transition really well.
Chilton goes out. Remember a few minutes ago I said that's got to be the biggest block in the country? I've been correct.
I'm excited.
Joe McCurdy weighs in. Hawaii block is larger than UCI. Trey Jordan, my cousin, no, just kidding, 6'10". Tread Rosenthal, they're tremendous.
Okay, Tread
6'11".
Tread is still growing. He just seriously, because he's so young and he's just continued to grow.
Okay, that's 6'10", 6'11".
So let's really dial in and watch the Irvine and Hawaii match.
Oh my gosh! And once freshman Roman Payne starts playing, that's a 7-foot freshman. Yep. Okay, second biggest block in the country. Fine. One-hander. Dispatched out. Point UCI. We're tied at 14. Is BYU challenging touch? They are.
Well, it's such a critical point in this third set for BYU. Keeping it close, playing well, but this is obviously a must-win and a must keep the momentum tying for them. They have got to be able to stay close here and then try to finish strong.
Does it hit Clark's hand? I don't think so.
You think it's Clark or Brink?
Oh, let's look at Brink as well. The left hand? I don't see it. I don't see it. Did you see any touch there?
If it was on the 4th finger, pinky. That angle is really nice. It does not look like
Steve Bale would say, oh, you can see it super clearly right there. Mike Farish is down the glasses. That's when he gets real serious. When he reviews it without the glasses, I'm like, do you even care, Mike? Are you even looking at it closely? 14s. UCI will play Stanford next week in the Koski Bowl. And BYU will play at Santa Barbara, which is the Sean Olmsted homecoming. And they are going to honor Steve Bale, who is from Santa Barbara, next week, which is very cool. Shout out to the Gauchos. We've always loved that relationship and that competition. Rick McLaughlin, I was texting with him earlier this week. Some of the details. Point UCI. And so tonight is a bad night to be a challenger. 0 for 3 combined between these two teams. BYU with 2 left, UCI with 1.
And for BYU, just so important right here to get a couple points so you can use this crowd that wants to cheer them on. Right now, Irvine keeping them quiet.
Kiriakou into the net. 15-14, UCI up 2-0, 25-17, 26-25. Talon, Jonathan Tafuga. They call him Tay. Kiriakou eyes that one out. 15s. We did get a little bit of snow, just a dusting today. It wasn't really. I need some Saturday morning sledding with my kids. Haven't quite had it yet. That one goes out. So both teams in a rush to just get to the 20s. Hohauser will come in and serve.
Well, and interesting that Irvine continues to go with that double sub to allow their players a bit of a rest and then get back in there. But they've also just got so many good players coming into this match this weekend. 4 different setters really taking the same amount of assists coming into the match. So continuing to get some work on these different players.
4th block for BYU tonight. 2nd of the set. Emerald Daney with the block. By the way, Cam Costi did not know his dad John would be here tonight.
You know what? And he ruined it. Well, Costi was very excited about it, but then, you know, you look at on your phone and you've got location services and
find my dad. Did he? And he saw that his dad was here?
What are you doing here?
Oh no. Did he see it today?
Yeah, he saw it today, but I think obviously wanted a little more of a surprise.
Yeah, there's his dad. Timeout UCI. 18-15. Can BYU close it out with a 3-point lead in the 3rd set after blowing it in the 2nd? When BYU took 2 sets off UC Irvine, they did what hardly anyone had done. Pepperdine took 1, BYU took 2, got reverse swept. Look at the domination. The hitting percentage notably. I mean, that's incredible. Because, don't forget, we talked about last night, in case you missed it, anteaters primarily eat ants and termites using powerful claws to rip open mounds, then flicking their long, sticky tongues up to 2 feet to slurp up thousands of insects. And they hope cougars daily, consuming them whole for grinding in their stomach. Enjoy your dinner.
I'll take a different kind of interpretation of those stats. I think what is also kind of fascinating, we get a misstep from BYU. Yes, Irvine maybe didn't play 100 Pepperdines. But the fact is that they were able to maintain their level regardless of who their opponent was, which is very mature and a really important aspect, to be able to be consistent regardless of who you're playing. And I think that helped them, especially in last night's match when they were down 0-2. They didn't freak out. They just continued to fight and fought their way back to a reverse sweep.
Jennifer keeps it up. 5, who's getting this? Where is this? Moser wipes it off the block. Wow. 19-16, and that was an important play.
Very much, and this is the challenge for BYU. 3-point lead here in the third. Can they maintain that lead and finish? It's been in the red zone where they've struggled. Those last 5 points, do they have the ability to finish strong?
Good serve. Darcy, that one up. Way off the net for him. Deep corner, but out. Oh, they gave it to BYU.
Yeah, I think that was in.
Wait, they said out, point to BYU. What is it? Oh, they point to UCI. Okay, UCI with the point.
I think you challenge.
BYU is going to challenge, I think, in out here. I think they think that was in.
BYU needs this, and Trent Moser needs this. He got that incredible dig, and then shoots this to the back, but it is out.
It's just out by an inch.
Yeah, that's out. And BYU really needed that. And Moser, you know, when you get that dig, which was an incredible defensive up, and to finish that off with that kill, that would have been the momentum that the Cougars needed.
Oh, just out.
That one looks closer than the other angle,
it does.
actually.
I do think the other angle gives you a little better perspective down the line there, because, yeah, that's close, but you do see blue.
Yeah.
You see a sliver of blue. Mike Farish, quick. Gives it to UCI. Again, both coaches 0 for 2 on the challenges. You don't see that too often. If you're Mike Farish and Lena Gustafson, you're dusting off shoulder a little bit. Like, not bad.
Making the right calls.
You haven't got us yet.
And if you're BYU, do you go back to Moser?
Tipped by Trent. The GCU connectors. Somewhere, Matt Worley. That somewhere is Lawrence, Kansas, because the Kansas women's is smiling.
Smiling, hunkered down in his house because of the big storm.
Oh, yeah. Everyone stay safe out there. And then Darcy wipes it off with Tafuga. 2018, Darcy with 14. He's checking with one of the guys. Gavin Chambers said, hey, you okay? And then Chambers like, I can't understand you. 2018. Weber. Ace! For Beck Weber, who, by the way, works fishing boats. Like, he's got a future, and he's got the mustache to do it. Serves the ace there. Just a little mahi-mahi. Near the line as old Danny looks at it and goes,
Yeah, that's a rough one. And look again, here we are at that 20-20. It just comes down to 5 points. And this is where Irvine, you mentioned it before, has been so good, because when they have been tight sets, Irvine has come away with the battle.
6-0, BYU 1-4. Like, if you're pulling up to the docks and you want some fresh fish, you want a guy like Beck Weber, a guy that looks like that. You know, I trust him. He knows what he's doing. You don't want someone that looks like me serving you that fish. 2019. So what does BYU do here? Trying to push this to a fourth set. Again, they've got a late lead. They had it in set 2, didn't win that one. Here in set 3, can they muster something? Remember, BYU trying to figure things out. They've lost 10 players from last year. They lost 5 seniors. This is a new group as well. UCI a bit young. AJ Cottle broke his finger. BYU dealing with that rotationally, emotionally tonight.
BYU again, though. Credit Zedeker. First time in this third set, has his team hitting 562. So doing a great job setting this offense. Can he get a couple more kills out of him and push this to go to a fourth?
Lucas Wynn has not played at all for UCI. He's in for the first time this year, the sophomore from Castro Valley, California. He's coming in to help block. So you have 2 middle blockers and an oppo up front, and the serve goes into the net. So they took Kiriakou out for a blocking sub right there. 21-19. So Wynn's like, really? One play for me? Ian Little. Unit from Temecula, California. Home of the summer salesman. Clark!
Wrist away. This guy
is a danger to every team he plays.
Try to force him to hit cross court because it is unstoppable. And he just finds a bigger and bigger angle.
8 for 10 for him, no errors. Out of bounds from Darcy, whose reaction to every play is must-see for me. He's either wildly crazy or extremely calm. There's no middle ground. And it's funny because he'll tell everyone to just calm down, but it's like, but the play before you were warmed up. Kyle Zedeker going to come out, Trevor Herker going to come in and serve. 22-20. And Zedeker out. So no setter for BYU here.
So that's when you're saying, okay, Trevor Herker, get an ace.
Please get an ace. If you don't, we are in trouble. Takes a deep breath. Here comes the high toss from the freshman. 69. Darcy leans into that one. Who's going to set this? Jackson 5 for the bump. High and tight for Tufunga. Didn't get a touch on the block. 22-21. It was the serve they were looking for from Herget. And UCI has an issue with something. I think they're saying the antenna is not straight. There you go. So Marcus Moore will come over and straighten things up.
And I think that was a big point for BYU. And this pass right here, so important that they get a first ball kill.
Marcus Moore jumping all over. Then Augustinsen's like, I'm not listening to doing that. You come do that. She didn't say that. That was what I would have said. 22-21. Kiriakou. Zedeker for Tufunga, and he's blocked. We are tied at 22. First block of the set. 8 for UCI.
Well, and look at UCI again, just when it comes down to it at the end of these sets, they just continue to play so strong and consistent.
They've not lost a deuce set this year. 4 of them against BYU. Oldaney. Tipped in. Kosti faked it. He was going to swing and then it's blocked. Miscommunication there. Clark's like, my bad, dude. Konovich is kind of thing. Who's this doing?
Clark is saying my bad. That's like a 3-set, right? I think anyone could have taken that ball, not sure. Unless they practiced it. Jokanovic coming in inside to swing it, that would have been tough.
Perfect pass from 18 Kosti. Clark. Fife was there because he heard you, Amy. To fling off his back foot. Clark again. 23s. Trevor Clark, 9 for 11. And he'll serve.
He's tall, but he's also long. Look at that contact point, so high. And even if you've got a double block up, it's just so tough to stop him.
Another deuce set. UCI has not lost one all year, 6-0. Over because there was a touch, and then Oldaney puts it into area 5. For the first time tonight, set point BYU.
BYU taking advantage of that overpass. Huge stop here on the block. They just need to slow it down.
Max Philippe in his first action. Nice serve. Aitken, great hustle to keep it alive. BYU will try and turn it for the set. Moser does so, and BYU wins set 3, 25-23. Just the second deuce set win for BYU in the season.
And what an adjustment. Zedeker coming off the bench and getting a much-needed win to extend this. And down the stretch, BYU able to come up with some big plays, but Irvine's still playing well. It's going to be an interesting fourth.
The Grand Canyon Cougars get it done in set number 3. 4 of the starters, those transfers. And BYU wins 25-23 to extend the match. Where you going? We ain't going anywhere. Set 4 coming up after this.
12 at this point, just very, very consistent, no errors, tough to stop. You establish that middle and own the middle of the court, then everyone else gets opened up.
Good to have you with us, Jerome Jordan, Amy Gant, Kenzie Daly, producer Harrison Collier, director David Holliday. We're here to party. Set 4 underway. Zedeker stays in there for BYU, of course, after the win. Costi on the ground making that save. Zedeker, Mosier! And I'm telling you, there's a connection there, not just from this year, because Zedeker was at GCU, and he's got Oldani, he's got Mosier, he's got Philippe. Right now, it's a GCU front row for BYU. These guys have a built-in connection that is a second year old now in a different place.
And you can feel Mosier starting to come alive a little bit. And when he gets going, it's tough.
For Philippe, he's a freshman. He was committed to GCU. Then they cut the program. He comes along with them. They actually all came together on a recruiting visit. And Trent Mosier, despite having played here 2 years, he wanted to be on the visit. So he was actually showing the guys around, came into Studio B in BYU Sports Nation one day, and it was good to have those guys here. Oldani, 2-1. He's got 17.
17 kills. Hitting against very good blockers. I mean, obviously a mismatch there when Kiriakou was up at 6'2", and so taking advantage, but just continuing to make those good shots down the line especially.
Big for Jokanovic, past Philippe. 2-2.
Jokanovic again, just so much fun coming out. And the angles he's able to get are so impressive. Such a talented player for just a freshman.
Zorro in the house. There's the fisherman, Weber. Wow, and look at Niffen with the touch. He still got it, the former setter. He played at LMU and Pierce, played overseas as well. So watch this, cool, whatever. Niffen, I got it! LMU cut their program. Pierce College, also the home of one David Hunt, from the Pepperdine head coach, women's assistant at Texas, as Darcy tacks on number 15 for him. By the way, Cam Costi career high 31 assists tonight in the 5-1 with Aiden Rigg getting the mid-foot injury yesterday. Dumped by Zedeker, his first.
Zedeker, 6'5", sophomore setter. Got some time at GCU last season as well, and just a really smart player.
Costi tried to drill him with that.
That's your job. If all setters.
Kiriakou smashes one past John Olmstead, who almost tried to dig that one too.
You love Kiriakou, and love an undersized pin just getting it done. It doesn't matter, right? He's so smart. He's got all the different shots, knows when to use them. That beach experience just helping that control and precision.
Some of the best undersized pins I can win. Mr. Crab, the National Player of the Year from Long Beach State. Ossie Antonetti.
Yes.
Pretty good at BYU. 99 national champion. He was about 6 foot lefty. He played his junior year with like this club on his left hand, which somehow is legal.
He did. It was rough. I remember when he broke that pinky. It was on a collision on a pancake, a double pancake.
I don't think the rules allow for that anymore. Otherwise, AJ Cottle might club it up. Who knows? Trevor Clark continues his
assault to the right side of the court.
So, if you're BYU's block, are you saying, like, just sit on him?
I would.
Away?
I would.
Like, make him hit?
Yeah. I mean, you take away their favorite shot and you assume, but also that they're going to have to go into their toolbox a bit.
Served by Zedeker. Blocked by Oldani, but out. set 4, some new life for BYU. They're losing 25-17, 26-24. They won 25-23. Here we are in the 4th, 6-6.
And these two teams just really high-level volleyball. No hitting errors, just trading first ball kills.
Sky high from Zedico. Fife, that's tight. Oldani loses the joust. 7-6. I refuse to say the other score. Although my U8 basketball team this morning said we want to be the 6-7s, so then we did that cheer. And one of the kids told me, I can't say 6-7, my mom won't let me.
So instead of it being a bad word, it's just please don't bring that into our house.
I said, you say the 6-7. Vukanovich block. Zediker, Mosier leans into one. 7-7, Trent Mosier with 10.
And Mosier coming alive. Zediker finding him out of the pick. Again, and just, you see it not straight up the court, but a little off, forcing the middle blocker to take a step over. And right now, Irvine really not helping on that. It's a one-on-one, and so an opportunity again to continue to go for that play.
Vukanovich on the right side, off the dome of Mosier, 8-7. Andre with 9. 6'7" freshman from Cannes, France. Do you think he gets invited to the film festival? He's led UCI in kills in 5 of the 6 matches. And now Darcy +5 for UCI. Here comes the masked rider. The lead dug up by Aitken. Big block, still live. Somehow sad and not over.
And Weber. Great coverage, great defense. Aitken popping that up and just missed. You can see Weber just shooting that ball back as far as he could. A little too much power.
Not sure how fast he wants to run the offense. Jeez, 8-8. Costi, high tight for Darcy, chicken wing way out.
Gavin Chambers closing that down, getting up in there, and BYU just continuing to stay steady. Both these teams figuring each other out, and it's interesting to watch the setters trying to craft that offense depending on what's worked for them, who the hot hand is, where they're getting that set.
Lear Henno, is that you? Darcy with the set. Oh, what a dig to keep that one alive. Darcy blocked. BYU's coverage on the block really good right now. Another set over by Darcy. Oldani over the top. Yeah! In the sweet spot. Area 5, career high 18 kills for Connor Oldani, and he's not done.
Both these teams scrapping defensively, lots of effort, getting on the ground, extending that rally, and missed communication, but BYU in control. Right, 13 attempts, so it's just neck and neck.
Oldani set his career high, new career high last night with 17. He's upped it with 18. Let's check in with Kenzie.
Yeah, Jeremy, in the UCI timeout, they spent that timeout just trying to work through the connection with Cameron Costi right now on the pins. There's been a bit of a misconnection here and there, having to set balls over, give BYU easy balls to turn into transition plays. So just trying to dial in where the location of the set needs to be.
Keep an eye on that for UCI. Koski. Vukanovich connected well there.
They're just trying to work that offense a little bit. You know, you like the energy on the floor. You can get a sense of how these players are feeling. You know, Irvine finding a way to get kills, even if it's not as pretty. You love Vukanovich, his fire and his fight. But Trent Mosier is a player that looks different than he did in those first 3 sets. He is playing with more confidence and power, and he's getting the job done.
Oldani got the touch. 19, he's about to go for a 20-piece for the first time in his career.
Really impressive.
He's got no space to go past the block and miss the antenna. That
well,
was
and
wild.
you see that UCI is really moving, so they get Clark right on him.
Clark got the touch. He is still errorless. 11 for 14. 11-11. Set 4. Mr. Dawson. Left-handed. Over from Zedeker. Nice swing. Clark on the left side. Playing outside in this situation. Inside of the block. Successfully for Andrei Jokanovic.
Well, I think Irvine's scheming a little bit on the block. Just trying to play with where Kiriakou ends up. And so they put Clark wherever they think that set's going to go for BYU.
Flung out of the back row, ties it at 12.
And there's BYU taking advantage of that because Clark went outside to get the D-ball on the right side. That left the opening in the middle. Kiriakou, nobody up, right? He's playing middle, and so BYU taking advantage.
Mosher, how about Aitken keeping that alive? Nice swing out of system by Andin Kiriakou. BYU like sweet free ball.
Well, and so much patience. Watch how long he has to wait, right? You wait, and then he's going to come in those step close to finish that off. That is a tough ball to time. Excellent shot.
No block up. Assumed the dig. Great serve. Nice pass to Zedeker. Tipped by Chambers. Flipper by Aitken. Jokanovic block. Costi. Chambers blocks but out. 14-12 now. 2-point advantage for the Anteaters, and Aitken keeping this one alive.
Great defensive effort. Aitken popping that ball up, and then again, Irvine finding a way to win these long rallies.
Kiriakou. D-ball. Dug up. Chambers. Unleashing the basilisk.
These middles working hard, both sides of the floor, because when you go pin to pin over and over, it's tough. You got to get there and close and press.
Chambers into the net. That is a 20-piece of errors for both teams now.
Just service.
Does Chambers play with the mouthpiece? I thought I saw him just take it out. I didn't notice it. Kuna, yep. He's got 5 kills and 13 swings. BYU cuts it to 1 in the 4th set.
Well, BYU's doing really well in this 4th set, especially as they've raised their sights as far as where they're contacting and hitting high hands on the block.
Great serve. Good pass by Aitken. O'Daney with the stuff on Jokanovic, and he said, let's keep this going.
O'Daney getting the crowd involved with that block, then turning around, trying to get some energy at this point. 15-15, right? Can BYU make a run to try to push this to 5?
Micah Goss in for Weber. Roll shot. Goss is stuffed. Oh, that did go down, but they had 2 successful kicks afterward. Thought it might still be alive.
And the double block right away. BYU reading that ball well.
Did that go down? I don't think that went down. Timeout UCI. No contest from UCI. BYU 3-0 run to take the lead, 16-15 late in the 4th. Way to that win. Takes a bit off of it. Good pass up to Costi. Darcy! Blocked but out. BYU getting a lot of touches on the block right now. And there was an adjustment made, and Kenzie talked about how BYU was talking about location, where they want to be. BYU's done a nice job in this set to adjust on the block. 4 blocks in this set. We're tied at 16. Cam Costi, his dad John, the Stanford head coach, flew in. Stanford played last night, don't play tonight. He is here in attendance, which is awesome. Trent Mosher out of the back row with a big. Up to 11. 7 digs as well.
I'm really impressed with Philippi coming in, or and also Zedeker. That setting, so impressive. But they've settled into that role in a really tough spot to come in, and have stepped up, playing with a lot of confidence.
Aitken flying all over the place in serve, receive, and defense. Darcy hits it out. 18-16.
And that BYU block again, the pressure, the triple block on Darcy makes him feel like he's got to go for a sharper angle, and it forces the error. The BYU block has been so dialed in.
Great pass from Aitken. Goss rises up, and it was touched by Tufunga.
I love the set to Goss because you think, oh, that's too slow, that's a 2. But no, Goss just jumps so high, you've got to set him high.
Corbin Blue, man. 18-17, nice pass from Fife from a good serve. Muldaney on fire, 20 kills. First time in his young career for the sophomore, he's had a 20-piece. Everything
about that play was beautiful. From Fife on the dig, that was a perfect pass. And then a terrific set with great tempo. Muldaney puts his hands up. If only everything were that easy.
I don't know, the last 2 nights, he's got 37 kills. It's been pretty awesome. Hauser into the net. And you hear the murmuring.
Tough.
Like Charlie Brown's mom.
Wah, wah.
19-18.
And there you go. Hey, you know, look, keep it close till you get to 20, and then it's a sprint. And these teams have done what it takes to be in this at the end of a set.
Micah Goss trying to lower the PSI of the ball. Nice serve. Got Goss at the end if he didn't get it off the block. 20-18.
You see for Irvine putting in different players. Brink now in on the outside, maybe a bigger block at 6'6" to try to slow down on that right side of the floor.
Muldaney. Career 9. Nice serve. Ace! 21-18. Connor Muldaney with his second ace. 6th for BYU.
What a time. Great serve from Muldaney. BYU in good position. Now can they continue to just push 1 point after another?
Serve again. Blocked out for Darcy. He's got 17 now. Darcy was unbelievable against Pepperdine last week. And that win in Firestone Fieldhouse, one of the best wins all year. The bench trying to get the crowd into it. Fife up to Zedeker. Chambers, 22-19.
And Fife kind of coming alive for BYU as well. The longtime libero, leader for this squad, keeping his team in system, bringing a lot of energy, is such a stabilizing force on the floor.
Played basketball for a long time and then went out for volleyball and thought, hey, this is pretty cool too. Moser into the net. 22-19.
I think those
20.
To the serves, right? You get to the 20-point mark, you got to keep it in. You got to limit all of your errors.
They're hitting 480 in this set. Zedeker has made a real difference for BYU tonight. 333 in the set for Irvine. Kiriakou. Good serve. Pulls Zedeker 12 feet out. Tight. Reset, and it goes down. No one covers. 22-21. That's an easy point that BYU just gave away. Timeout. Brigham Young. First of the set.
And those are those missed opportunities for BYU playing well. Great reset from Tufunga, but just missing that opportunity to turn it around and continue to battle. But at this point, with that timeout, BYU's got to move on, forget about it, and reset. Great job again from Irvine. They're always in it. They're always going to come back and try to finish this off. And how great for them to come away out of Provo with 2 wins on the weekend.
They're trying to do it. They've got the one from last night in 5. BYU up right now in the 4th, trying to push it to a 5th set. BYU struggled early last season in 5 against some good teams. Trying to come back in this one and reverse sweep UCI like they got reverse swept last night. So let's see what BYU can dial up during the timeout. And it's probably going to include as much Connor O'Daney as possible because he's been the best player in the match with 20 kills, 4 blocks, 4 digs, 2 aces. Awesome. And again, he's on the right side at opposite for the past month, and that's it. He's been an outside hitter. BYU wanted to get him on the court with Mosier and Tufunga. They have 3 pin hitters they trust. Hey, let's get you in there. And they don't always necessarily hide him in serve receive like the traditional opposite because he's an outside. He can pass as well. He's got one of the best dig percentages defensively on the team, too. Very consistent serve. He's been a nice add this year for BYU. Here we go, 22-21. Kiriakou. Now Mosier pulls Zediker out. High for O'Daney. Dug up. This is for the tie from Darcy. Gets after it. 22's way out of system. Darcy doesn't care. He'll take your hand in marriage.
That's that elite swing. When you can score out of system as an oppo, it's really high level.
That's what we're talking about. Yep. That elite oppo can change the game. Tufunga sliced that one very thin. That was awesome. 23-22.
Really nice cut. And that first ball swing to get that ball back. Terrific shot from Tufunga.
I'm not sure he meant to actually hit it there, but it works nonetheless. 23-22. Ian Little off the bench. Had an ace last night. High toss for the lefty. Ooh, out. 23s. We will have another deuce set. Will it push into 5, or will UCI sweep BYU in terms of the weekend? 1-5 last night. Trying to end this thing now.
Look for the big.
Tufunga off the block. Set down by Zediker. Set point BYU.
And that's one of those bounces that set a little off, and the lucky shot off the block. Zediker takes advantage quick. And here it is, right? Again, the same thing. No setter on the floor for BYU. They want to finish it right here.
BYU's best server in. He brings the boom. Way out in front. He has to leap into it. Wow! Kept alive by Kiriakou. Out as Herget dived for it and avoided it. 25-23. We might have a challenge from David Niffen.
I think for sure he challenged. What a play. Herget unloading on that serve, pressing Irvine back, forcing them into an out-of-system swing. Ooh, could there have been a touch?
Touch is what they are challenging. Did Herget touch it? So it's out, but is it touched by the block? I don't think so. Does Herget touch it? It's hard to tell from that angle. It's definitely out. AJ Cottle knew first, by the way, in the back. He can see above everyone. That eagle eye.
Well, and have we had a confirmed challenge?
We have not.
Right?
We have not had have one reversed, yeah. I mean, we'll take a look. It's in a book, Reading Rainbow. Over the top. Does Herget touch it? I don't think he does.
He tried to pull at the end.
Look at him. Look at him going all Fernando Mendoza there. It is definitely out. They can bundle this and look out. Yeah.
Was there a touch? Is it in?
No. Yeah. That angle shows not as close as we thought, right? So it's definitely out, and he doesn't appear to touch it.
But does Herget ever touch the ground? Is the question.
No, he just floated out of the arena. We can't find him. He's gone.
Oh, that's such a big point here.
I think he pulls his hand away. I think here we see that he pulls his hand away at the last second. I got it, Noah. Yep. Yeah, look, right there. Great angle. The combination of those angles should win us at least a regional Emmy for this broadcast. National might be a little more difficult. So here we go. Well, if this goes for BYU, the set's over, and it does. We're going to 5. Trevor Herget with the omissive great play. It started with the serve. That's the commissive part. The omissive is not touching that ball.
But wow, who would have thought the way BYU...
Aubrey Rushing did get us the gummies. We consumed them before we came back from break. So we are well gummied. Big block by Max Philippe in his BYU debut.
Philippe diving into that wrist away shot from Clark. He had both coaches in the interim sit talking about it. Take that spot away. Great job to set the stage and get that first point.
The solo block. Well, UConn, scruffy looking. Blocked again, reset. Oh, Costi! This is out. Chased by Oldaney. Was it outside the antenna, they'll say?
I think it was inside the antenna, right? Yeah. So a different flag there, because you have to hit it outside the antenna to bring it back. What a swing from Costi coming out of nowhere. Oldaney trying to save that, but can't keep it outside.
It's hard because you want to hit it on the court, but you kind of got to hit it back out to your side. Tufunga off of Clark.
That's up.
Still alive. What a play. Now they'll say no.
No, they said net.
Oh, net violation. UCLA's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. We kept that up.
Because it was up.
They can challenge if they want. Now remember, you get an extra challenge in the fifth set.
Jukanovic pops that ball up, but then did the block kind of follow through and get caught in the net?
So UCI was 0 for 3, I believe, in challenges. They haven't won.
I think watch Clark.
Up the dome. Does he hit? It's hard to know. I don't really see, I don't really see it right there. Good up.
There. Yeah, I don't know on
He's
that.
under, but he's not near anybody. He's good.
What's the word?
Now, here comes the official challenge from David Niffen. So, what they'll try to see is that there was not that, and if they do so, we will have a replay. It will not be a point for UCI. Oh, did he hit the bottom of it?
The ball hits the net.
It's not him, it's the ball. Yeah, agreed.
His hand is all the way under. I don't know that that would matter. There are definite rules on the digits. You know, the way your foot is angled when it comes under, the way your hand hits the floor.
And no one's remotely near him, I think. Although, I'll be honest, there's a lot of murkiness with under the net stuff.
Very much.
Still, to me, I don't completely understand it. So let's see what it is. Oh, he's saying that Clark hit the net. Wow, we did not see that same thing. We didn't think that he touched the net here. I think the ball hits the net there.
And maybe we're missing what the call was.
And I believe that UCI is now out of challenge. I think they were 0 for 4 tonight, which is crazy. You don't see that too often as Darcy gets the kill. He is the longest celebrator in the country. He'll kind of stand there.
Hold it. Picture.
Like, it's a solid 4 or 5 seconds.
It's taken 34 swings, 19 kills.
Mosier Aitken continues to make plays. Tipped over. Zedeker. Chambers. Kind of a side swing. 3-2.
Great job by Zedeker. Just heads up play. Great tempo. Coming in to finish that off. And credit again, Gavin Chambers. Your job as a middle to be always up and available.
3-2. Oldaney, Gerard, 20 kills tonight. Blocked by BYU from Jokanovic. This is tight. Mosier with the one touch. Tufunga has to just set it over. Costi running over there. And Darcy sets it past Zedeker.
Love the defensive effort on both sides of the floor. Both these teams have really raised their level. They are playing at such a high point here as they fight for every single point.
D-ball, Oldaney on a career night. He adds to it, 21 kills. Trent Mosier. 4-3 BYU. They play to 15. They switch sides and one team gets 8. Goes long on that one. Mosier 4 service errors tonight. BYU up to 25. the dome of Micah Goss.
It's bananas.
Don't dare mess with that hair. That is fantastic hair. Come on.
But Oldini has just been so fantastic.
Oh, the shoulder, no.
The shots and that down the line, just so tough to defend, and he continues to be able to do it nearly every time.
Darcy, yeah. What is the UCI bench doing? They're celebrating. They're having some fun with this. They're down in the trenches after that.
You know, you break down these games into little 5-point sprints. Both these teams tied up at 5. See who wins the next battle. Nice serve.
Running into each other. This is way outside. Oh, what a swing to get the kill for Jokanovic. Oh my gosh, he was so far left. Had no angle. This would be a great angle. He has, look at what space he has.
Yeah, nothing. No shot there. That was tough.
Everyone was in a phone booth. What is it, Doctor Who? Kiriakou. Great serve. Mosier! Philippe drew Goss and opened the gates and seized the day. Newsies. On demand on BYU TV, probably. I think we have it on all the time.
That big connection to Mosier, so good.
Good for Crutchy, a.k.a. AJ Cottle. Jokanovic! Olmstead keeps it alive. Again. And look at the frustration there for him. 7-6. Irvine.
I think both these teams just right there and trading these side outs. Really impressive.
Looks like, I don't. Like, can you not touch that? Like, I'm trying to get the ball.
I haven't.
Triple up. 5 hustles, but it goes down. 8-6, they'll switch sides. Anteaters up 2 on the switcherooski.
Terrific adjustment. You saw Irvine really making that move over to stop Mosier. He'd been so successful out of that big. They had a triple up on him that time.
We're hitting 500 in the set. UCI 417. Anteaters with 1 more kill. And we will step aside. 5th set on back-to-back nights in a top 10 matchup. He is front left right now. Micah Goss will serve. Yeah. 8-7. And here's Tufuga, who can whip it good. Koski. Jokanovic blocked. Koski back to him out of system. Blocked again. Kiriakou getting out of the way for Darcy, and he gets the kill off of Mosier.
3 different swings in 3 different areas that BYU blocked. Philippi specifically moving so well, but again, Darcy just stepping up and finishing it.
Five, ace! 10-7, Anteaters. Timeout, Brigham. 10-7. We'll step aside. Anteaters pushing the pedal down here at the end of the 5th set. Down 3. BYU led 10-5 last night and lost. They're hoping they trail 10-7 and win. UCI trying to go back-to-back 5-set wins in Provo. Blocked but out.
I think Irvine wanted a net call there, but it was outside the antenna as Mosier finished strong and got a much needed. That point was huge for BYU. Can they get something going, though, behind the service line? The serving subs coming in have got to, you know, make a spark.
Cole Hauser frustrated by that serve. And a bad time for an error. 11-8. 26 service errors from BYU.
That whole set, right? You want to keep that pressure on, that balance, but giving away so many is tough to come back from.
BYU running out of room. UCI trying to get the weekend sweep of BYU. Jokanovic, great serve, 61. Mosier mishit it. Point UCI, 12-8.
And Irvine in great position.
Ooh, challenge card from Sean. What is he seeing there?
I think just steady out. It looked like.
Doesn't want to use the last time out?
Yeah, I think Mosier cuffed it a bit. I don't know that
what in the world would, yeah, okay, touch? No, not even close. It feels like this is timeout.
Yep.
But he didn't want to use the timeout.
If you can challenge.
Sean's got 2 challenges available.
And BYU just missing here. Obviously, you know, remember last night BYU was up 10-5 and ended up losing that 5th set. So being down 4, you're not out, but you've got to make a run.
So nobody has been able to challenge and reverse it.
That's right.
Right? I've got 0 for 6. Each team will win 3 times. Now we have
we're going to ice and then ice
timeout.
Again.
So it's a double. It's a challenge, then it's a timeout. BYU using their 2nd and final, it appears. Trying to, yeah, ice the server. 12-8, Jokanovic will be the server. And BYU trying to get Connor O'Daney something. He's got 2 kills in the set. He's been BYU's best player. BYU hitting 400 in the set. So is UC Irvine. 1 more kill for the Anteaters. BYU with some service errors that are the difference here. And 1 more hitting error.
And it's amazing when you look at the stats after these matches. The difference between a win and a loss just comes down to the littlest of things.
Let's check in with Kenzie.
Jaron, BYU's running out of time to make a final push here, so Olmsted used that final timeout just to build his team up, put some confidence in their minds, tell them to battle here. This is their final push that they can make to try and win this 5th set.
Yep, they've got to do it right now, absolutely. So BYU out of timeouts. 1 challenge left. I believe UCI has 1 left as well, because you get the extra 1 in the 5th. You can never have more than 3. You used to be able to have 4. You can build them up. Not anymore. We don't want to be here all night. Jokanovic, nice serve after the double timeout, if you will. And then O'Daney is stuffed. 13-8, 2 points away for UCI.
The brink, getting that block, giving his team a little excitement. They haven't been able to stop O'Daney. What a time to do it.
Jokanovic. To get out of here. Great serve, 68. O'Daney took some off it. Costi, high. Darcy, soft block. BYU's chance here. Dedeker. Off of Darcy, found it. From the crisp Mountaineer, and then Mosier into the net. Double contact, went over. You can double on 1 and 2, but you can't double on 3 over.
Yeah, or 2 over.
Yeah, or 2
You're
over.
gonna
double on your own side. It's all these weird new double contacts rules. 13-9. Out. Match point UCI. And they are doing the Gator Chomp. Mocking BYU's tradition. 14-9.
Embracing BYU's tradition.
That's one way of looking at it. Tipped by Mosier, pancaked up. Goss, 5 flying around. Dedeker. Mosier keeps the mats alive. match point number 2. And Mosier will serve. He has struggled from the line the last 2 nights.
A good tempo on that play, but now Mosier, a big hill to climb.
He's got to keep it in, and it's got to be tough. Keeps it in. This is high for Costi. Tipped by Goss. BYU with the chance. Back set to Oldani. Costi back over. Back to Oldani. Mosier. Costi with the touch. Darcy with the set. Kiriakou got the touch, and that's it. 15-10. UCI wins. Both nights in 5. The Anteaters should climb up the polls because they won at Pepperdine and at BYU now twice.
A really impressive performance by both these teams. A lot of good volleyball. Still early in the season, but we saw 2 great performances. BYU, for them to come back and force a 5th set, really impressive comeback. Switching out a lot of different players on the floor, giving them opportunities. But wow, UC Irvine so solid and getting that win.
15-10 in the 5th. William Darcy, man of the match for UCI, 22 kills at 462. Connor Oldani, new career high, 22 kills, 349. These 2 battled. This was a fun set of non-conference matches in this one. UCI will take on Stanford next week. BYU at Santa Barbara for a pair. Again, no A.J. Cottle for BYU, broken thumb. No Aiden Rigg, starting setter with Cam Costi. Mid-foot injury. How about Cam Costi getting to play in front of his dad, John, the Stanford head coach? They'll compete against each other next week. There's John, the Stanford head coach. And there's Aiden Rigg. We wish him the best. He'll be able to return soon. Still TBD on Rigg and Cottle being able to come back. The timeline's murky at this point. We'll chat with William Darcy in just a moment with Kenzie. As BYU falls to 4-2 on the year. UCI 7-0 on the season. They've now won 6 in a row against BYU. That's an impressive amount in this series history. As UCI celebrates the win. BYU disappointed. UCI rejoices. Kenzie is with William.